All right, guys, let me give you this here. So there's this immigration attorney who basically is blowing the whistle on what ICE is doing. And she's explaining how they're violating so many laws in the process of rounding up these innocent people. Listen to this.
Chad Michael, Independent Media, would you want to say a few words?
Well,
what's happening here today?
Just basically, it's total chaos. It's total chaos. I'm an immigration attorney, and the people who are being detained are being denied access to their lawyers. We used to prepare people for times like this, and we said, memorize our numbers so you can call us. They don't even get phone calls. Half the time, people can't even determine where their loved one is. And they're sending most people to Camp East Montana in El Paso, Fort Bliss. It's disgusting. Multiple people have died there. And they're sending everybody now who's apprehended, they're sending them to Camp East Montana.
Right.
And then what does that mean for their chances of getting out? And this is a habeas petition that was granted. And they can't find the woman. That is the trouble. That is the trouble. They don't know where she is.
They literally don't give a fuck about the law. They don't care. They don't care about due process. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about having warrants. There's a habeas petition here. They can't find the woman. Like, it is insane. Listen to this immigration attorney. Listen to what she's actually telling you here. What she's actually telling you is the nightmare. It's already here. The fascism is already here.
I heard reports of detainees being released without their cell phones and without...
That is a big problem, too. And then a lot of people earn money in cash, and they're carrying large sums of money. And when they get detained, who gets that money?
Right, and their IDs have gone missing from what I've heard as well.
When they release people, they won't give back their work permit or their social.
That's what I'm hearing as well.
And do you know how hard it is to replace a work permit? Months.
Yep.
Yeah, so that this operation is...
See, this is why you got to abolish ICE. This is why you got to abolish ICE. This is why you got to cut the DHS funding. Because there is no reforming this. There is no... You can't say, like, I want to make the Gestapo more moderate. No, you need to get rid of the Gestapo, right? The idea that, oh, there's going to be ways to do, like, immigration enforcement without these psychopaths involved. In fact, ICE was created in fucking 2003. Like, obviously, there's ways to do this without them. It's just crazy to me that you have Democrats who won't argue for abolishing ICE, given that these are the facts. These are not professionals. This is not law enforcement. These are gangsters. These are criminals. They don't know the first thing about the Constitution or the proper process.
And the people who claim to be lawyers who are working for them, they have to quit their jobs. And that's why you've seen multiple people. A law clerk at the immigration court left because she can't handle it anymore. You have to keep your ethics at the center of what you do all the time. That's really all I have to say.
Absolutely.
And these people are operating with no moral center. They have a hatred toward other people. And that's why they can so easily kill Renee. Did you see when that happened? Bop, bop, bop. She got killed. He didn't care, and then he called her a fucking bitch.
No accountability. No accountability.
No, accountability. Not only that, but he's being protected. And that is what is happening right now. We are losing the rule of law. We are losing the rule of law. And there's a fight going on with the federal judges here in Minnesota because they are not open to that. They do not want the rule of law to be eviscerated.
Yeah.
So look at
Thank
that
you so
issue.
much.
Judge Schlitz is fighting with the Trump administration.
Okay. Yeah, he references Judge Schlitz there. We'll get to the judges in a second. But look at this. Robert Garcia reading text messages of an agent bragging about shooting Marimar Martinez. This is the one they shot 7 times, but she survived. Ready? Watch this.
It's disgusting, shameful, and it gets worse. Ms. Martinez, these are images of texts sent by the agent who shot you. And they're actually disturbing to read, but I think it's important for the public to see this. The agent linked an article about your shooting and texted, read it. 5 shots, 7 holes. I fired 5 rounds and she had 7 holes. Put that in your book, boys.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Shit happens.
Oh my God, bro.
This is someone that works for the United States government. I fired 5 rounds and she had 7 holes. Now, he was talking about you, and it's our understanding that he was actually bragging about his aim shooting an unarmed American citizen. Is that right?
Correct.
I'm so sorry, Ms. Martinez. DHS has allowed the agent who shot you to remove evidence and to potentially destroy it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Oh my God, man. How about this, guys? Shocking federal court moment. The Department of Justice Attorney Julie Lee, quote, "The system sucks. This job sucks." She said this to Judge Jerry Blackwell, who pressed her on why so many court orders are being ignored by ICE and the Trump administration. She asked to be held in contempt just so she could get 24 hours of sleep. Judge Blackwell had ordered the show cause hearing because he was frustrated that in 5 habeas cases he was presiding over, he felt his orders were being ignored, leaving immigrant detainees unconstitutionally locked up for days. Miss Lee said the government lawyers just can't keep up. And then there's a longer story on it here. This is insane. So people who work for the Department of Justice are going, the system sucks, this job sucks, hold me in contempt of court so I can get some sleep, because they keep being sent there by the Trump regime to argue things that are fucking inarguable. Why are you not listening to the court orders? Why are you, what's going on with the habeas petitions? Why are you not fucking listening to the court? And she's like, I don't know, everything sucks, I can't do this anymore, we're being forced to argue for things we can't even argue for, just fucking hold me in contempt and get this over with. That is so fucking crazy, bro. That is so crazy. Scoop, email obtained by NBC shows Bovino grew frustrated this fall when he was asked to do, quote, targeted operations in Chicago, despite Noam insisting all operations are targeted. So Bovino was like, well, that's not what I do. What I could do is I go around and I harass innocent people and I lock up random people and we add to the quota. I don't do targeted operations. I'm the fucking Nazi psychopath. Insane. And by the way, there's a little bit of ass covering in this too. I think Noam and the rest of them knew it was not targeted. And this is now they're throwing Bovino under the bus for the negative press that's come about as a result of the ICE Gestapo thugs. And then finally, 8 more federal prosecutors are leaving the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota. This is wild. 8 more federal prosecutors in Minnesota are in the process of leaving the U.S. Attorney's Office. Multiple officials have confirmed to ABC News. Their exit comes after 6 prosecutors, including Assistant U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson, recently departed due to mounting pressure from the Department of Justice to investigate Renee Good's widow. Frustrations inside the office have been mounting because of how the office is handling the killings of Good and Alex Preddy. Anna Voss is one of the 8 prosecutors included in the second wave of resignations, according to multiple reports. Voss, the civil division chief, was the point person for most wrongful detention petitions the office has handled, of which there have been hundreds. So there was one round of layoffs. They're like, these people are insane. I don't want to represent the federal government if the federal government is the Trump regime. And now more are saying, I'm out. I can't fucking do this. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. This is what happens when rule of law collapses. This is what happens when people don't give a shit about checks and balances. They don't give a shit about court orders. They don't give a shit about the Constitution. You're witnessing the collapse of the law in real time right in front of your eyes. And so people need to wake the fuck up. Look, I'm going to say this one more time, but if you are the police, you need to arrest ICE Gestapo thugs who are violating the law. You need to arrest them. You need to arrest them. It's that simple. You need to arrest them. You need to uphold the law. If you are part of the regime and you've been ordered to do something that is unconstitutional or illegal, don't do it and then lie to them and tell them that you did it. Okay? This is where we're at. Like, at the end of the day, the people who are really calling the shots are fucking in a comfortable, heated office this winter, and they're just barking orders, okay? They can't do shit unless you enforce it for them. Don't enforce it. Don't enforce it. Protect the law. Protect checks and balances. Protect the Constitution. This is getting absurd. Like how far we've fallen in just a year under the Trump regime. So it's time for people to wake up. And you have so many immigration attorneys, so many fucking judges are sounding the alarm. They're sounding the alarm. And it's our time to react to that. All right, guys, that's the show, y'all. I love y'all very much, man. You guys know the drill. Everybody do me a big favor and subscribe to the channel. You can also click that bell icon. Also support the show on Patreon. That link is below. Sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends on YouTube. That link is below as well. And go sub to Corin's World so you can see the live Kyle and Corin episodes on Monday night. All right, y'all. I love you, man. I love you, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Hey, y'all. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.